YouTube. Danny Stanton here on the Daily Van Blog. I'm on Main Street in West Pelzer, South Carolina. In that little fishing place I told you about one time before. I'm looking at a little building they call the Lighthouse around here. When I was a kid, this little building here called the Lighthouse had a little lighting tower stood up beside it, made like a lighthouse in the old days. And this is where you came to pay your power bill back in the early 70s. Ironic as it is, they called it the Lighthouse. Over there was the Mr. Woodson's house. He had a great looking daughter named Kimberly. And up yonder you see the Timberman house. You know, I've lived in a small town most of my life, in and out all my life. And I've never been inside the Timberman house one time. I'm going to trespass in. Over on Mr. Timmerman's property, right on the property line between the Lighthouse. I'm going to show you a few little things real quick. On the ground here, you have a stone. And the stone has stuff carved into it from back in the day. Notice the circle with the L in it. For some archaeologist out there in the world, if you know a guy named Scott Walter, you should probably send him this video and tell him in West Pelzer, South Carolina, on the Main Street. Well, when you first come into town, just past the Safeway and the little Mexican restaurant, right beside Timmerman House, you have one of these rocks that he talks about on his show all the time from back in the day. One of them ancient rocks, carved into by who knows when, and in back in what day. This little place is a secret to the people who live here. Most of the people in the world don't know about this little valley here. I seem to be doing a lot of the valleys here lately. Over here is another large stone. When I was young, a lot more of this stone was uncovered, and you could see the whole thing. And it has some really strange hieroglyphics carved into the bottom part of it. Weathering and time over the years, you can't really tell nothing now. But if the grass was removed in this area here, you would see all kinds of old knight sword symbols and shields and crosses and stuff from the olden days, ancient times. I truly believe this is one of them sites that Scott Walters talks about in his videos in Ancient America Unearthed. You should all check them out on YouTube. Look at this beautiful little pond and brook. That's what I'm here to show you today, though. We're going to take a walk down here. This place has been here since as long as I can remember, and probably before that. My grandparents lived near here, and I used to wander down here as a child. There's actually a natural spring that bubbles water up out of the ground here. And Indians used to come here and get water back in the day. That's another one of them strange rocks I told you about. When I was a kid, me and my little friends used to come here and play quite regularly. It's one of the most beautiful places in Pelzer, South Carolina. Actually, West Pelzer, South Carolina. But it's hidden. Not too many people know about this little spot. You see, here's where the water usually is bubbling up a lot better. But the little spring that bubbles up and feeds the creek. Ain't it beautiful how they fixed it up down here? It used to just be a big hole in the ground that bubbled up water in this old ancient well house looking thing here. But by the way, this well house thing is more of that arched masonry that Scott Walters talks about, and this has been here ever since I can remember. People who, look at these ancient steps too, Scott Walters, if you're watching. These ancient steps which show that design from pre-colonial times. My Indian friends who used to live in the area told me this spring had always been here, even with a little stone structure, back from their days of their youth. And they were in their 60s and 70s when they told me that, in the 80s. But isn't this beautiful? They even got it set up where you can do little cookouts down here and stuff. It's a beautiful little spot, hidden in the middle of West Pelzer, South Carolina. A spot that nobody on earth knows about, except for a few select people. And guess what? Now, YouTube and the freaking world will know about it. Oh, look, somebody's chair. Well, somebody knows about it, obviously. Isn't it beautiful here, YouTube? Isn't it beautiful? In Mr. Woodson's backyard. Hey, I wonder if he appreciates me filming this and putting it on YouTube. I'll probably hear about something like this later on. See that tree right there?
Yeah,
that tree points out how old this is. If that tree is not 1,000 years old, it's not a day. It's one of the largest trees you'll see in this area. here on the foothills of the Timmerman House in West Pellisville, South Carolina. I hope you all enjoyed this little walk through a hidden spot, a place no one goes. A look at some ancient structures from the past, from probably pre-colonial times. Everything in my world cannot be about Bigfoot, unfortunately. Bigfoot don't show up all the time, and you have to go out and show up your other things and explore the world. And that's what the Daddy Dan's doing today.